On the news tonight, World Water Day, correspondent examines the significance of water to human survival. Nigerians advised to be more health cautious. Good evening and thanks for staying tuned. This is NTA Ijebu ode news at 7, coming to you from your heritage station. Thanks for joining us. My name is Olamide Adeliji. Here are the details of our package. Water is life is a popular saying that aptly captures the significance of water to human survival. With over 2 billion people globally without access to water in the rural areas, attainment of some of the sustainable development goals that covers sanitation, hygiene, and health may be a mirage. In this report, correspondent Joe Popola takes a look at how Nigerians have taken their destiny into their hands in provision of water as the world marks Water Day. The report.
The Water Day, which is held on the 22nd of March every year, focuses on the importance of fresh water to human existence with a view to raising awareness on the 2.2 billion people globally living without access to safe water. Most people in the rural areas, according to research, still rely on stream, well and other unwholesome water sources, thus making attainment of goal 6 of the SDG, which is aimed on water and sanitation for all by year 2030, a mirage. For many Nigerians, in spite of water provision being an essential service, many of them have made provision for their water need without depending on the government.
As far as I'm concerned for now, everybody has the borrow at his own area. We cannot depend on the water corporation for now, but water corporation cannot satisfy everybody because of the source where they are getting the water from. But maybe within the area, we can get a borrow from there. They can power it so people can fetch water over there. Myself in my area now, over like each house has its own borrow, so they cater for their own water, so they don't depend on water corporation. The only problem I have is what wanted to use to power the borrow. We need the electricity. We don't have much electricity for now. Some can avoid to use generator, some cannot avoid this.
I'm an Ijebu person, born here. There was a time we don't even know what is borehole. We don't even believe you can get water from a well in Ijebu area. But when there is no water, people started, and with God mercy, today, virtually everybody depends on in Ijebu ode. Let me just put it that. You hardly see. I don't believe I don't even know there's any government water in existence again.
I think it is more or less advisable to our government to make a provision for portable and good water for us, so that we'll be able to, I think, be living well as it is.
Based on, I'm a student actually, but drinking water sometimes I buy pure water, and while I fetch borehole.
Now, is it safe, the water you are drinking?
On water generally, it is 100% safe if you boil it, but pure water, everything, chemicals like that, stuff like that, so I can't say.
This self-help could have some far-reaching effects in the future unless government begin to take the lead in the provision of potable water.
Assuming that government make provision for potable water for us, I think there is no need of drilling a borehole, digging this thing, because at the end of the day, this thing can cause earthquake. So everything lies on our government.
So people have to look for alternative. Some take over 10-15 kilometers before getting water to. In fact, in some communities, you will not believe it, because there is no water, they hardly bath in 3-5 days. I know people like that.
In which area? Can you tell us?
If you go to Imashai, Yewa area, you hardly get. In fact, people drink from the same stream that cows drink from.
If they can provide borrow for them, they can get the someone that can be maintaining it for them, so that even that they can build a borrow in, like maybe on the street, you have one street, you have one borrow there, one borrow section, it can satisfy within that area. Going to stream to go and fetch the water cannot be enough for now.
The theme of this year's Water Day is groundwater, making the invisible visible, underscores the importance of water to life, particularly rivers, lakes, wetlands, among others. In Ijebu ode, Joel Bukbola, NTA News.
Meanwhile, stakeholders say nothing is too much to be done in preserving the natural resource for society's survival and development. This is why National Water Resource Institute Kaduna Director General Professor Emmanuel Adanu brought together critical partners to observe this year's World Water Day. Achari Maxwell reports.
With direct correlation between water, human and other activities of development, there's always the need for reassessment on the way forward. In order to present the facts and way forward, experts took turn to highlight the importance of groundwater, role of water engineers in management of groundwater among sub-teams.
The quality also matters. So we now carry out the quality test on the groundwater to determine whether it is fit for drinking and other industrial or domestic purposes.
If you look at the SDGs, one of the goals that cut across all the SDGs is water. Either it's gender, it's trying to ensure that people get water and all that. Even where there are areas there are no water, because groundwater is a source that is highly, purified naturally. You don't need any chemicals, you don't need any this thing. So it helps to kind of source of water that everybody can use.
Director General National Water Resources Institute says government is working on a number of initiatives to ensure managing water for national development.
We study our groundwater behavior, we study our streams, we study even the land development, because it affects overland flow and even the infiltration to the ground. So we put all these things together to advise government on how to manage the water resources potential of the country in general and also of regions.
He says the institute will continue to train requisite manpower for the sector. In Kaduna, Achari Maxwell, NTA News.
Away from Water Day, Nigerians have been advised to take care of their health by going for medical checkups and also eat balanced diet. This came to fore at the health talk held at NTA Ijebu ode by the representatives of Ace Continental Company to create awareness on how to stay healthy. Correspondent Mayowa Ereton completes the report.
According to Ace Intercontinental Company, majority of Nigerian citizens do not take cognizance of their health, and most times the blame is always on the economy, whereas importance should be attached to how we live our lives. Ace Intercontinental Company, who also partners with New Life, are in NTA Ijebu ode to educate members of staff on how to live a healthy life. The resource person harped on the need to always go for periodic medical checkup to ascertain the status of the body system. She also urges members of staff to desist from habits that are inimical to their health.
We used to tell people how we can maintain our health through our food and vegetables, because a lot of people believe that they do not take alcoholic, their health is okay, which is not like that, because they said prevention is better than cure. So our company is all about for us to know more about our health, so our food and vegetable, and we also partner with WHO. So, and all these are our food, like carbohydrate food. They gave us a food pyramid, the way we can take it so that it cannot affect our health. Like our carbohydrate foods, we're supposed to be taking it 5%.
Members of staff of NTA who benefited from the lecture also gave their perspective on the health talk.
The health talk, I've learned to take care of my health. They said the World Health Organization has suggested 3 things. One is rest, the second one is exercise, and the third one is diet. That we should rest very well. At least we should take time and rest for 2 hours during the day. And if we are able to sleep 8 or 6 hours during the night, it's okay. Exercise, they said swimming is the best exercise that we can do in order for us to be healthy. Then diet, they said we should watch what we drink, what we eat. That we should watch our intakes of carbohydrates. Then we should try to balance our protein, the protein intakes.
To advise Nigerians to eat good food, do enough exercise, and sleep very, very well.
Some of the members of staff also ascertained their health status through medical checkups. In Ijebu ode, Mayowa Ereto, NTA News.
It is true that the Ogoni cleanup journey has been slow, says Minister of State Environment, Sharon Ikeazo, as she conveys President Muhammadu Buhari's assurance to see the project pick up pace. Onegi Fineface completes the report.
Cleanup of hydrocarbon pollution in Ogoni land easily passes for one of the world's largest remediation projects. Propelled by her United Nations Environment Programme report, the present administration commenced with the implementation in 2016. Much progress has been recorded and much time has been lost as well. To make up for the lost time, a new governing council and board of trustees were inaugurated. President Buhari also approved a substantive project coordinator to spearhead the implementation process.
We will bring together a collective pool of knowledge, experience, and determination to deliver a clean, resilient, and livable environment for the Ogoni people. An environment capable of delivering its ecosystem services in full, which will enhance the livelihood and well-being of the people.
And to also fine-tune same into a seamless...
New strategies for implementation have also been formulated by the Federal Ministry of Environment.
The set goals and objectives, which is primarily to clean up Ogoni land and provide the recommended deliverables as contained in the United Nations Environment Programme report. This UNEP report can easily be delivered when we act as a team with a single goal.
With commitments from funding and technical partners, the vigor of fresh leadership and political will from Mr. President, Minister of State Environment Sharon Ikeazo says faster result is guaranteed in the cleanup journey in Ogoni land. Onengiye Fineface, NTA News.
You're still watching NTA Ijebu ode News. We'll be right back after this message. Don't you go away.
Fake news which is shared for malicious purposes is a danger to our peace and security in Nigeria. Misinformation as fake news is a serious threat to our hard-earned democracy and promotes hatred and misunderstanding between our communities. We are all responsible for stopping the spread of fake news in its tracks. So, always check the source and credibility of any news item. Say no to fake news. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information.
You're welcome back. The news continues. As South stakeholders of the People's Democratic Party meet in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital, governors within the zone say they are in full support that the next president of the country in 2023 must come from the South-South geopolitical zone. This is contained in a communique issued at the end of a one-day stakeholders meeting. Susan Azuko reports.
Among the governors present at the meeting are Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State, Nyesom Wike of Rivers, Diri Doye of Bayelsa State, and Udom Emmanuel of Akwa Ibom State, while Governor Godwin Obaseki of Edo State was absent. The host, Governor Udom Emmanuel, appreciates the National Working Committee of the party for the good work they are doing to ensure that the party remains intact, adding that PDP is synonymous with the South-South.
So I want to really appreciate the leadership of the zone, also appreciate the new National Working Committee members who are doing a great job already. They came in no time at all. They just had to swing into action and they started work immediately. They've been working day and night. Our party is doing well. Our party is very strong. Nigeria is waiting for us.
In a communique issued at the end of the meeting, the governors frowned at unlawful violations of the NDDC Act by using a sole administrator in the management and running of the affairs of the commission, while also demanding that the forensic audit report be made public and implemented fully. The stakeholders also expressed concern and worries over other critical national issues.
NMPC should recognize the region in citing infrastructural projects as being implemented in other regions. Despite the contributions of the zone to the economy of the nations, stakeholders are worried and frowns at the fact that there are non-existing federal presence by way of projects in the region.
The meeting also had other key players of the PDP within the zone in attendance. In Uyo, Susan Asoko, NTA News.
Foreign ministers of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation have brought forward the most sweeping agendas of combating crisis, poverty, inequality, and climate change among member nations. Mahmoud Mohammed from Islamabad, Pakistan, reports that these agendas are considered on the most to-do list of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. The report.
This is the 48th session of OIC's Conference of Foreign Ministers. This time, the event is taking place in Islamabad, Pakistan. 57 foreign ministers of member nations are in attendance. The Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan is also here with them, and the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres joins them virtually.
We should stay as a bloc and show our power in bringing about peace rather than becoming part of some conflict.
Inequity is blocking recovery, poverty is deepening, and countries are paralyzed by debt and liquidity issues. We must reform a morally bankrupt global financial system.
They are here for introspection, with the view to promote peace, unity, and economic development in member nations.
The OIC must call for additional commitments by the international community to achieve the agreed mitigation targets, support for adaptation, and loss and damage in developing countries due to climate change.
The Islamic Development Bank is also investing in inclusive human capital development and social infrastructure through investment in health, education, nutrition, and job creation.
It is obvious that our immediate preoccupation should be directed towards fashioning and implementing a robust post-COVID-19 recovery plan to respond to the needs of our people.
These include economic, cultural, social, humanitarian, and scientific. The 48th session of OIC's Conference of Foreign Ministers will also discuss issues of cooperation with the United Nations, the European Union, and the Russian Republic on the sidelines as international partners. From Islamabad, Pakistan, Mahmoud Mohammed, NTA News.
To end the news this evening, a recap of our top stories. We brought to a report that as the World marked Water Day, correspondent has examined the significance of water to human survival. We also told you that Nigerians have been advised to take care of their health by going for medical checkups periodically. And that concludes our package for this evening. From me, it is good night and do keep safe.